1, 2, 3, and... Welcome to the Couchsurfing Podcast with your host Tim Brussel. And today I have a returning guest. It's Zebra again. Welcome, Zebra.
Hello, Zebra number 2.
Zebra number 2, yeah, or the rest of the listeners. I don't know how many they are, but they know me as Claudia. But yeah, it's Zebra or Claudia, whatever you want.
I bet that everyone has been really looking forward to.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's been so exciting.
Thing.
Yeah, like when she's coming back, I've been getting like thousands of emails like, when is Zebra coming back?
Summer is so boring.
Yeah, yeah, it's so boring. We just want Zebra back. Like, is she back from the States yet? Or yeah. So, how's your summer been?
It's been great. It's been really warm and long and nice. 5 weeks away.
Yeah, you were away for 5 weeks.
Yeah. I was 3 weeks in the US traveling and then 2 weeks in Switzerland.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So how long have you been back for now?
About 3 weeks, I think.
About 3 weeks?
Yeah. Okay,
so have you like landed? Can you say that you landed?
Yeah. And I moved, so...
yeah, you moved into a new apartment in Oslo.
I'm getting there. I need like one more piece of furniture and then I'm done.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same situation here. Yeah. But I think I also moved recently. We moved the same weekend or pretty much the same 3-day period.
I think you moved before me, but then...
Yeah, I moved on a Friday.
Yeah.
You moved like on a Monday, Tuesday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now so I totally see what you're coming from, but
I mean I didn't have like as many things to do as you. You had like all the new furniture to build and everything. I just had pretty much everything ready. You just needed to get like 2 or 3 things. Yeah,
and it's also different because you have a room, which is very nice, but the room compared to a full apartment is a lot of more stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I totally know where you're coming from. It's been a lot. But, instead of, like, normally I would just rush it to get everything done and then, just stress too much. But this time I've been really trying to take it easy and just live my life, go training and cook food and just live the life instead of just, setting everything on pause and then just rushing to be done as soon as possible. So now you just take a piece at a time.
What I'm doing is that since I'm on a really, really low budget.
Yeah.
So, but I kind of want to try to have a nice room still because it's pretty small. So I want to try to find all the right stuff so it doesn't look too small.
Yeah.
And so I've become this Fin.no junkie.
Yeah.
Every day, like, in the morning, it's like the first thing I think about. Oh, I need to.
Oh, okay.
I need to check Fin, and in the evening before I go to bed, let's check Fin. Let's, you never know. Someone maybe published something before they go to bed.
Oh, that's cool. And for your foreign listeners, Fin is like in Sweden we have Blocket, or other listeners might know it as the Yellow Pages thing, but it's online. And I think in the States it's like Craigslist. Oh. Like you can buy secondhand stuff, like everything. Some things you get for free, but it's basically secondhand stuff. And yes, you become addicted to that.
Yeah. I'm like, really, it's almost an illness now. I need to stop soon.
Okay, yeah, but you said you only have like 1 piece left, and you should be fine.
Yeah, I actually have it.
Yeah.
I just have to go and get it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it should be done soon.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So now you're living in the center of Oslo.
Yeah.
You moved in.
Mm-hmm.
And how far were you before? Like 20 minutes with train or 15?
A bit more actually. I was like from the station. It was 25. Yeah. With the tube, and then I had to walk for like a bit less than 10 minutes. Yeah. So it would take me at least like I would say pretty much 40 minutes from door to door.
Yeah.
I'd say pretty much anywhere I wanted to go.
I mean, you were living at a really nice place as an au pair in this huge house. I mean, it was just very, very nice. But yeah, I can understand why you would like to move closer to the city.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's nice to just walk out and just, meet people spontaneously. Just, I can be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah, everything is...
You walk home, you don't have to worry, I have to go, my last T-bane is leaving.
Now we can do after party the whole night into the early morning.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about catching the last
But you
train.
know what? Actually, I think that since I moved here, I mean, I can't, say for sure yet because it's been too short.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've already become lazier.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, I don't even want to go out, even if it's like, 10, 15 minutes away. It's like, nah.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like the side effect of living in the center that you're not forced to be, to go out, to be more active.
Yeah.
And then as a reaction, you just get more...
Yeah, I totally get it, but I think it's just because you move from outside or from the outskirts to the center. Because I've been living in the center for so long time, so then you get used to it. So I think you don't have to worry about that. Like, if I'm so lazy, because when you live in the center, and you have a social network, sort of, there's always things happening. You have to say no, or you can't do everything, even though you live in the center. Because when you're not, you're like, if I live in the center, I could do all this. I can go.
Even if you don't do it, you have this thing. I could potentially, if I wanted to, and you actually feel that that there's people around. You see people even from the window, or you hear them. Yeah. So maybe because when I was living in Astoros, it was more like, I need to see people. I need to be among people because I'm like, there's no one here. So there's more this pressure of like getting out of the house. Yeah,
no, but I totally get that, and so like it is events and concerts like every day almost, but you just gotta choose. Yeah, and I think you will get more used to it because I've been living in the central parts for 5 years now. I've lived like 10-15 minute walk from the city center, and now I moved 700 meters closer. So now I'm like 5 minutes tops, then I'm like close to everything, and I'm used to like go training or go shopping or just to concerts. It's like really close, so I think it's just a matter of you getting used to it. And I mean, you just moved and you're getting settled, so it's okay to be lazy. You need to take some time to just relax and just relax and think and just enjoy the presence of being here, which I haven't been doing because I've just been working too much. Yeah. But just chilling out, doing nothing. Just I'm here now. Yeah. Instead of rushing. Yeah. All right. But so last time we were both talking about the zebra video, but we will get back to that. And also, you were going to the States. Yes. So, what date did you leave? You left like beginning of July or something?
I think it was the 8th of July.
All right. So where did you fly out to then?
I flew to New Orleans.
Straight to New Orleans, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Oslo? I had a lot of. It was actually a really long and kind of tiring journey. So I did Oslo, you have many stops? Amsterdam. Amsterdam, Atlanta, and then Atlanta, New Orleans. So it took me ages.
Oh wow! Yeah. So there was no better option, or that was it? Like
I think that was the cheapest and one that wasn't leaving. No, actually, it was leaving really early in the morning. But I think it was one of the cheaper ones. So I just thought like, okay, I'll just take that.
So which day? Do you remember which day you arrived in New Orleans? Like weekday? So like in the midweek?
Maybe, I think it was a Wednesday.
All right, and then what did you do? Because you were... First I thought that you were going to do like this festival thing, but you were just going to go from town to town and just catch random concerts. So did you have a goal? Or
I mean, we had a couple of things that we knew that we wanted to see. So couple of venues, not like concert, because I checked all the all the like bigger concerts or bigger artists that I really like, I check their schedules and they're all on tour somewhere. So no one was in their hometowns actually. So I didn't get to see that.
So what did you do? What did you start with?
But like for example, when I landed in New Orleans, I was really like starved and sleep deprived. I was about to die, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go to the hostel because my friend, she flew from Canada.
Okay, yeah,
so she came a couple of hours before me, so she was waiting for me at the hostel.
Yeah,
and I really was like, okay, I'm just gonna go there and sleep, and then tomorrow we can talk and see what we're doing. But actually, I got to the hostel, and my friend was like, "Hey, so I was checking out concerts, and I saw that tonight at this place there's like a bluegrass concert. Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
So I don't know how I did that, but we went to that. It was like a little bar in. Like not in a French Quarter, so it's not like in the, not right in. It is.
I don't know New Orleans anyway.
Well, the French Quarter is like it's a couple of blocks, that is kind of the historical city. Yeah. And it's like this. The architecture looks really kind of specific.
Okay. Cool.
It's. I don't remember.
But so if you go to New Orleans, you everyone checks out the French Quarter.
Yeah. It's like the biggest thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like Bourbon Street is on there, and Bourbon Street is a street that
I heard about that street.
Yeah, but it's bad. I mean, personally, I really don't like it.
Okay.
It smells. There's drunk people like in the morning, in the evening, bad music everywhere.
Sounds amazing.
Cheesy. No, it's really bad.
I'm just kidding. All right, but you stayed in a hostel in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So
and some couch surfers as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the hostel, like, was it a dorm room?
Yeah, it was.
How many beds?
12, I think.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
So you shared a bunk with your friend, or?
No, because actually there were like 2 rooms that were connected, kind of with an open door, and she was in the other room and I was in.
Okay.
Because, it was pretty full when we arrived there already, so we just had to take whatever was left.
So how many days did you stay in New Orleans?
About 5, 6.
5, 6. And how many concerts did you go to?
I didn't count, but...
but pretty much every evening.
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Because that's what you do, like when you go out partying or you go out drinking, or you just... That's what you do in New Orleans. You go to venues and listen to like
in New Orleans it's really hard not to hear any music, not to find any music. I mean, pretty much any bar you go to, you will have some. Maybe it's bad, maybe it's amazing, but there will be some music.
So that's what you do. It's like live venues everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hung out in New Orleans for a couple of days, and then what? Where did you go next?
Then we went to Lafayette, that is always in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a smaller town, but it's more of you get more of the Cajun culture, like the French. This kind of leftover French culture.
Yeah.
That you actually find people still speaking French and playing traditional French-derived music.
Really?
Which is really cool. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that, like French. No. Maybe you've played it for me, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, probably not. But I'll show you some. It's.
All right. So you went to that town for that specific reason, because of that music?
Yeah, because there's this hostel that is actually, it's called the Blue Moon Saloon, and it's actually also a gathering for musicians. So they have like 4 or 5 concerts every week.
Okay.
And among which there is a jam session every Wednesday, I think.
Did you join? Did you play?
No, I didn't play. No, I don't play that music, so it's.
Okay.
I mean, I would need to practice and get used to it, but we went there and it's nice because there's people dancing, playing, and it's they all play like traditional music.
But just sorry for interrupting your story, but did you join any jam sessions this time?
No, I didn't. No. Because the thing is, I don't really play that kind of music. I play Irish, which is a bit similar, but still not. That's not quite the same. So
Irish is like your style, and you haven't tried out so many others, or
no? I mean, I did classical when I was learning for a lot of years, and then I kind of turned into folk, but I mostly did Irish. So like bluegrass, old time, and Cajun have like all different techniques. So
Okay, so that's your preferred choice is like Irish. That's what you're
it's
comfortable.
not my preferred. It's what I got used to. I would love to play all the different styles, but it just takes a lot of practice, and I'm not that good at practicing.
Okay.
So maybe one day I'll get there.
Yeah, because you learn how to play the guitar now as well. I mean, I completely forgot to mention it, but we've been having this guitar lessons, and I taught you. I mean, just the basics of the guitar, and you've been so good. You've been such a great student, and I'm so proud of you because we like jamming and stuff. And actually, folks, what you heard this intro was actually live. The zebra Claudia playing the guitar on my song, and I played harmonica. So this was actually a live take that we just did now. That's why it sounded a bit different from the other podcast, but that was so cool that we pulled that off. And we just practiced this song like an hour ago a few times before we had our pancakes. So I'm impressed because cool. I mean, you just have a natural talent for music, and you never heard that. I mean, you heard that song like a few times before, but you never played it. And now you just learned the intro. I mean, it's just basic stuff, but you haven't, a year ago, you never touched the guitar basically, or you could only do a few chords. But just creds to you.
Yeah, cool. every time I come to your place and play guitar, I'm like, it's the biggest ego boost because it's like, you always like flatter me so much, so I'm like, yeah, I'm totally gonna go play guitar at Tim's again. Yeah,
it's good. No, but the thing is, like, you have a natural talent, and I mean, when I had my band that we quit about a year ago, we had the band for maybe 3 years or something, and we had to find new musicians. Like, we kicked the bass player out, we had to find a new one. And I've been having auditions with so many dudes that think they can play bass or guitar, and they're just shit, or they don't have any musical talent, and they don't know any chords, they don't know how to improvise, they don't have the music ear. So I'm just used to people being like a bit, not good. And then you have a musical background from violin. I don't know if you played any other instruments, but so you just play guitar and you just figure it out. Like, I show you like once, and then the second time I like just for fun. I don't tell you when to change, and just see if you do it, and you do it because you just hear it, and that's so grateful when you're teaching someone if they can actually hear it. It just makes everything so much easier, and that's why I'm like, oh, you just get it.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always doing these tricks on you that you don't notice, like, like, okay, I'm not going to say anything now, see if she does it. And you almost every time you nail it anyway. Okay. So that's really cool. Yeah, so that was the live intro. But so do you think you will do it in the future if you go back again, play live?
Yeah, sure. Live sessions? It was fun.
No, but in the States, like, would you ever join one of those jam sessions?
I would love to, but I would have to practice. I mean, I would have to get into that style. Yeah. Or I would need someone to teach me.
But do you think you would play guitar or violin then? Violin, right?
Yeah, because I'm not. I don't think I would be comfortable with a guitar.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. So, Lafayette, right?
Yep.
How many days did you stay there?
Wait. I think it was 3 nights. 2 or 3 nights, yeah. And one thing I have to say about that area is that there is this swamp. It's like a big swamp area. Yeah. And by swamp, it means that it's pretty much water everywhere, with like trees sticking out, so it looks like a jungle in the water, pretty much.
Yeah, like everything sank down.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can go on trips. We went with this really nice couple, like kind of older couple, and they were actually still. I mean, they spoke English, but they grew up with French, so they still knew French. And they just by profession they are crawfish fishermen. Oh, so they live on crawfish. So that's what they do, and then they sell it to like big companies, and they make money out of, they pretty much live off the swamp. Everything they
Wow.
catch in the swamp, it's their living.
That's cool. So they're
Yeah.
like totally self-supporting, like with that.
Yeah. And they've lived. It's so funny because they grew up and they've lived in the swamp all their lives. And they told us, the furthest we've traveled is to Tennessee, which is like, a couple of hours driving from where they were born. So that's, that's the only place they visited pretty much. But they were like the happiest, the cutest little couple ever. So we don't need to go too far.
No. I mean, we had this discussion for a long time, me and Natalia, on the previous podcast, that, you don't have to travel the world and see everything, but, if that's what you want to do, you should do it. But it's not for everyone, and people can be happy as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, what we ended up like agreeing on was like, as long as you're open-minded to new people and cultures, it doesn't matter what you do, really. But,
and they, for example, they get a lot of visitors or a lot of tourists, so for them it's kind of an enrichment to just get people. I mean, people come to them, so they maybe don't need to travel necessarily.
No, but I mean, for me personally, if people are just open-minded and friendly, no matter where you are, where you come from, it doesn't matter really. But
sure.
But most people aren't that.
Yeah.
I mean, most people are a bit narrow-minded and stuff, and me too. But traveling a lot and experiencing new cultures helps a lot. But when people are like you described, like just so natural, and they just be living there doing these things, and they're still like just taking people into, their house, into the home, or whatever you said. It's really cool. It's really, for me, it's really inspiring.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you see like this, I don't know, I think they, of course I was with them a couple of hours, so I can't be sure, but it really looked like they had a great
Okay, so you didn't stay at their house, you just hang out with them?
Well, they took us on a boat and they drove us around in the swamp.
Oh yes, I remember you said that.
We spent like
a trip. Yeah.
I don't know, an afternoon with them. So they took us home. They showed us pictures and stuff. So we did spend some time with them. They were
cool. So
really
did you
nice.
like the swamps?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really impressive. It's kind of, Louisiana looks very different from the rest of the U.S.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of more tropical, so you have different vegetation, different animals, different everything. So this swamp is like this big tree sticking out of the water, and then you have this Spanish moss.
Yeah.
It's a type of moss that just hangs down the trees, and it looks like it's kind of veils. It looks like you have this spirits kind of hovering on the water. It's really special. Yeah.
Like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
exactly.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. But what was I gonna say? Did you see any animals? Sorry, my head is just somewhere else. Did you see any crazy animals in the swamps, like crocodiles or snakes or rats even?
Alligators?
Yeah, you saw some.
Yeah.
did
Actually,
you pet them?
it was a bit disappointing because usually they take you on tours to see the alligators, because everyone wants to see the alligators, of course. But we just saw a baby one, like a little one.
Did you pet it?
Yeah. I lost one hand, but it was worth it.
I thought there was something different with you. Yeah, I'm like you borrow my guitar and then it's just like weird marks on it.
Yeah.
With your hook.
Yeah, but it still works. Like, it sounded okay, right?
It sounded. Yeah. I've never heard one play with a hook. That was cool. All right, so you saw a mini baby alligator.
Yeah, swimming around in the swamp.
I heard this like, I don't know, 10 years ago, like they released 10,000 alligators in the swamps down there. Just because.
Not a joke?
No.
Oh.
No, they were like breeding them, and it was better for the climate and
okay.
I don't know, just better for nature and climate, I think. And then they were like, they were also gonna hunt them, but still they were breeding them so many, because I don't know exactly what kind of good they do, but I read about it somewhere. 10,000.
Okay, wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Alligators.
Yeah.
But actually, you eat alligator meat quite every restaurant there has alligator meat, so
yeah. No, but so they're not
They
close to being extinct or something.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like loads of them. I mean, I'm not saying you should go out and hunt crocodiles every day, but it's different. It's not like hunting an elephant.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because
Mhm.
to some people, crocodile will sound like really exclusive, like an elephant or a gorilla. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you have my point. I'm not saying like go out and hunt animals just
Yeah.
for fun, but there are loads of alligators, so I can understand why people serve it at restaurants and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
But so you like that environment, like the south and the swamps?
Yeah. It's very fascinating because it's kind of a little bit scary, mysterious.
Yeah.
This big swamp, and there's actually people that live in the swamp.
Swamp people.
Yeah, swamp people, and they're kind of outside, outside of society. They have like their own little communities, and they live off the swamp. So it's fascinating.
Yeah. But so how did you get into that? Like, is there any connections between you liking the music from the south or the bluegrass, which I'm guessing is based in the south? Is that how you got turned into the swamp? Yeah.
Well, Louisiana is more... There is bluegrass there too, but it's more typically like the Cajun French music that I told you.
Okay.
But I mean, every style influences each other, so there's elements there as well.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's so cool. Like, you're doing your own thing. You're not going to like... I mean, I've been to the major cities like LA, San Diego, and the other side to New York and Washington DC and Miami and places. But you're going there for the music, like the roots, the bluegrass, and the swamps and these small towns and.
Actually,
it's really cool because it's different. You don't do like everyone else, just go to the beach and shop.
But there's a lot of people doing that. When we were traveling there, we met a lot of people that were, just pretty much doing the same thing we were doing.
Yeah, but still, you are still cool. You can't take that away from me saying to you,
thanks.
Because if you compare to people from here, from Scandinavia, that's not many.
Yeah,
Can't
probably.
be.
Yeah.
Can't be. So obviously, wherever you go, there's got to be loads of tourists, but for your average Scandinavian tourist, that's not the thing I think most people would do. So that's cool that you're doing that. So what was your next stop? Or
the next stop was we started towards Tennessee. So we had to stop one night in Mississippi somewhere, but just like get a motel, sleep, and then go on. So we got to oh my god, what was it? Yeah, of course, to Memphis. So, but we just stayed one night in Memphis, so we didn't. Yeah, the birthplace of Elvis. So everything revolves around Elvis in Memphis, pretty much. There's like Graceland. There's the Sun Studio.
Yeah. Elvis, that's that lead singer from Jackson 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one who changed. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool. Did you go to Graceland?
No, I mean we drove all the way there, and
then you didn't visit the thing.
No, because it's $30 to get in.
That's nothing.
No, but it's like, come on, we're kind of on a budget journey, and then we have to pay $30 to see a house.
I mean, $30. That's like taking the bus from Oslo Center to the airport.
Yeah, but I never do that.
No. I know. I'm just saying, like,
if I would have gone there, then I couldn't go back from Oslo to Västerås.
Yeah.
So you gotta choose.
Yeah. No,
but I think it wasn't. It's someone's house. It's like a very extremely fancy house with a lot of gadgets, a lot of... I don't really think I need to see that.
No?
There's much cooler things that you can see.
No, I'm just kidding. But so, do you know anything about the history? Like Graceland Elvis, was that his house, his mansion that he built when he was super famous?
Yeah, because he grew up... I think his parents were really poor.
Yeah.
He grew up in a little town a bit outside of... I think it was actually in Mississippi, because it's kind of the border, Mississippi, Tennessee.
Yeah, okay.
So he grew up he was born in Mississippi, and then he moved to Memphis. But he was really, really poor, and then he kind of got famous, and he built that massive house. He even had his own airplane, car, fancy.
Okay.
Fancy golden bling bling stuff. I love it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now so I can see why you weren't that interested in that. But I must say, like about a year ago when I went to Miami and we drove down to Key West, which was about 3.5 hours something, and out in Key West we went to visit Ernest Hemingway's house that he had there. That was really cool.
How was that?
That was awesome. So,
what kind of house is it? I have no idea.
I mean, he I think he lived like both in Cuba and in Key West.
Yeah. Because
back then it was before Castro took over the country, when Cuba was still very, very corrupt by Baptista, the old president, and all the mobsters were like controlling Cuba. And if you sail from Key West to Cuba, I think it's like half an hour or some crazy, like 45 minutes or an hour or 1 hour and a half. It's really, really, really close. But since Castro took over, the country's been closed for U.S. citizens, so it's so close, but they can't go over.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, Hemingway would have a boat, and he would just go back and forth and write books and stuff.
Cool.
But this house was so big, it was huge, and they kept it. When he passed, they just kept most of the stuff, his glasses and drinking and whiskey and books and writing machines the way it was.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see like a luxury house from the 20s or the 30s, how that looked. And it was really cool just to see, because he wrote so many books in that house, and it was like 3 or 4 stories, and then it was like gardens with like 2 or 3 more houses, and there were just cats everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, because he adopted like every cat he met, so I think it's like...
So he was a crazy cat lady?
Yeah, he was the original cat lady, anyway. But I think he did like... it's like 40 or 50 cats just everywhere, and he would just feed them. And there were pools and stuff, and like palm trees, and it's like really, really cool place. And, I went there, and... because I wrote a book, and I'm trying to write my second one, and I just felt
you wanted some inspiration for the type of house that you should get.
No, but it's just experience in total. Like Hemingway, this legend. Like sure. You see the environment where he would sit and write, and where stuff he's been looking at, and it's just I don't know if you understand if you're not writing and thinking in those creative patterns. But for me, I thought it was really cool. I don't know if he actually was in that house writing books or which one. But anyway, it was really inspiring. Like, okay, he spent a lot of time here. It was a cool place. Mm-hmm. And, he was a drunk. So he had his bars and stuff down in Key West as well. Which, we tried out.
Mm-hmm.
But... that wasn't so much. I mean, one thing that was really cool from that place is he has from one of the bars. I think he and I don't know. I might make this story up, but I think he and some friends were really drunk, and from their favorite bar, they actually took the urinal off the wall and carried it home. Okay. So he has like a urinal in his garden where the cat lives and stuff, and it's like actually from a bar. Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened, but yeah, it is there.
Yeah.
But so now the bars in Key West, that was like Hemingway's bars with not much.
But are they really like they advertise the fact that they?
Yeah, completely.
It's like very
yeah. It's just so much tourists. Yeah. But in Cuba, though, in Havana, Hemingway's bar there. And I can't, for the love of God, remember the name of it. Mm-hmm. But I went there in Havana, and I never liked the drink mojito, because it's not my thing. It's just a bit, I don't know, weird tasting. But the one I had in Hemingway's bar in Havana was really, really good. It was like the real deal, and I was like, I could see why he was here.
Was he drinking mojito too?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. And that was really cool in Cuba. It was all these old pictures of Hemingway and Castro and, you know,
Yeah.
Che Guevara too. So.
Yeah, cool. When did he die? Do you know that?
Hemingway?
Yeah.
I would say 65
Yeah.
or 55.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah, I know a lot of stories about Hemingway, but I don't know if they fit here. if this
We can do a
suits
literature session once.
Yeah. No, but Hemingway was... He was obviously a brilliant artist, but he had a very dark side to his personality too. He was depressed and stuff, and he was comparing himself to other authors that was more famous and like putting himself down. Like, you know, you have Dostoevsky was living at the same time, and he would always compare himself. So the rumors are and stuff like he would try to create his own mystic personality by just drinking a lot, like becoming this dark tragic figure. Like he would create that even though it was inside of him. But so there's a lot of darkness and depressed mysticism and stuff with Hemingway that attracts me a lot. That I think it's cool, and because I like the twist with depression and stuff. So that was cool. No, so I really like that house. But if I had a chance to go to Graceland, I would probably try it out.
You would go,
yeah, just you know, to see it. But yeah, like you say, maybe it's just a house.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty nice shiny house.
Yeah.
But,
so you said you drove that. Did you rent a car or buy a car? I think you mentioned it in the last podcast, but I remember.
No, we rented a car.
So what car did you get?
I don't even remember.
No, but was it an American car? Or was it like a Toyota?
Maybe it was a Nissan or something like that.
Okay, so
we just got like we actually booked the cheapest, but then since we bought like the full insurance, they gave us an upgrade, so it was a little bit of a bigger car, but it's like nothing special.
No, because you were on a budget, I forget.
Yeah, and I really don't care as long as it, you know, it has 4 wheels and it drives. I'm fine.
Yeah, but you drove too.
Huh?
You drove too.
Yeah, I did most of the driving actually.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So you're a good driver.
Yeah, I think I'm an okay driver. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. So where did you more? What more did you do? Where else did you go?
After Memphis, we went to Nashville.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I have to say that Nashville. You know, everyone talks about Nashville as the capital of music, country music. You know, it's kind of the mecca that you have to go there. Yeah, and it's so cool. And I don't know. I think I didn't love it. That I had been there before already, but I was hoping to like see more of it this time, and I actually did. But I got maybe a little bit disappointed because the city is not that. I mean, it doesn't look so special, and it's very like the center. Broadway is very touristy, so all the bars, you know, these honky tonks with country music are just touristy and kind of fake, and you have a lot of bad music. I think there's actually just one place on the whole of Broadway that is worth, for me at least, visiting.
Yeah.
But that's a really cool one. That's really, you know, they have music every day, like any time of the day, someone good playing. So that's really cool.
All right.
But a lot of the rest is maybe you really have to spend a lot of time there and know exactly where to go, because most of the time you just end up in like a bad tourist place.
But so how many destinations did you go to, like in total?
You know, I didn't count, but I mean, I could list them. Like one more in Tennessee, and then we went to where did we go to? We went to North Carolina. Yeah. To one city called Asheville that is really cool, and then we went to what more? Virginia, West Virginia, and then Washington.
Okay. So and from Washington, did you drive back or did you just fly? No,
we
home?
flew out of
So then you were done.
Yeah, because it's kind of a lot of, you know, we drove there slowly over 3 weeks, so it would take us too long to go back.
All right. But so are you happy with the travel?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah.
But did you do exactly the same like last summer?
Some places, yes. Because I met some friends 2 years ago, so like in Knoxville.
2 years ago, yeah.
In Knoxville, Tennessee, I went visiting. I actually stayed with some friends that I met 2 years ago, and that was really nice. You know, you kind of it's like a holiday within a holiday, because you kind of feel like you have a home for at least 2-3 days. Someone that takes care of you, takes you. You know, you don't have to think that much. They just take you somewhere and like do all the planning for you.
Yeah, it's cool if you've been there before. It's like familiar, and you feel more safe, and like you say, home-ish. Yeah, exactly. So that was it was kind of a nice break, because you know sometimes like you are on holiday, but then you have to. We were moving every second or third day, pretty much. Okay.
We just stay like 2, maximum 3 nights. Mostly, sometimes, like in New Orleans, we stayed longer, but otherwise we were just moving all the time, packing, unpacking, packing, unpacking, driving. So at a certain point, you get really tired. Yeah. Even though you're not stressed, but it's just that you have to think, you have to plan, you have to book things, like check out guides and see what's worth visiting. It kind of takes a lot of energy. Of course, because because I mean, even if you're on vacation and you want to chill out and relax, you still, you know, the days are ticking. Like you should do stuff, and you know, if you're tired, whatever, you know, some stuff you just have to do, like take the chances and opportunities that you can get. Yeah, I get a bit like that. That when I'm somewhere, I just want to do everything. You know, I don't want to. Even if I'm tired, I will kind of push myself. Okay, but let's do that again, that as well, because since we're here. Yeah. But then, it's good you have some discipline. Good you have that mentality. Yeah. So, you think you're gonna go back and do it again? I hope so. Yeah. I really hope so. Oh, There's one thing that I would love to do that I saw when we were in West Virginia. We just stayed one night, but there's actually this festival that goes on for 1 week. Mm-hmm. And it's like a string band old-time music festival. So it's like a campsite, and there's people camping there for a whole week, and it's a lot of people. Like you just walk for like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes across the whole camping site, and there's little tents and vans and people playing everywhere. They just gather, make little groups, and they jam and play. They have concerts, and they just hang out there for a whole week just doing that. And there's there's some of the biggest artists in that kind of music just hanging out there playing with whoever is there. Oh yeah, okay, and cool. So it's like a mix, like my paradise. Yeah. I would really love to go there for the whole week, set up a camp and just hang out there for a week. I think that would be really fun. That sounds awesome. It sounds like a festival, but like everyone is playing and jamming everywhere. Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome. Instead of just camping, you camp, but you play as well, right? So sounds like, because I've been to a lot of music festivals where we stay for a week or 10 days, and sometimes we brought the guitar, but it's always fun to meet new people and just jam occasionally, and just random people, and people stop by, and so for me it sounds like paradise too. Like I would really like that, even though it might not be the music I'm into, but if they have some blues, I would be happy. I'll probably be able to find a couple of guys that play some blues, sure. Right? Yeah. So, do you think you're gonna go next summer, or do you have you thought about it? I'm actually talking about it with Atli, that we maybe wanna try to go to Texas. Yeah, when? We don't know yet, but it will be like July probably. All right, next summer, yeah. Yeah. And because I really heard a lot of good stuff about Austin. Yeah. That it's supposed to be a really good city for music as well. So I would love to. I met some people from Austin in this trip, and they all told me, like, you have to come. It's so cool. It's such a cool city. Yeah. And then I would love to go to San Francisco as well. Because, the thing is, I've been twice to the U.S., but as you said before, I've never been to kind of the biggest, most famous cities. No. So I would love to see that as well, to get a different, because I think the South is kind of different from the rest. Yeah, I mean, wherever you go is different, but there's so many big places you can go to still, so yeah. But I think San Francisco for like food and stuff like that. Restaurants and bars, I think it's very interesting.
Yeah. I've never been to San Francisco,
No?
actually, in California. That's the one place that
Yeah.
I didn't go to. But yeah, I would love to go back. And, you know, if you want to go up to Seattle as well, it's,
Yeah.
you know, pretty close.
Yeah.
It's not too far.
Yeah, I would love to do the West Coast.
So, where do you think your next travel would be? Is that
like
your
small-
US, or do you think you're gonna go like somewhere small before that?
Yeah,
Or
I think I'm gonna go
what's your
to.
plans?
Well, I'm sure I'm gonna go to Switzerland, but that probably doesn't count.
I mean, that's home for you, but
Yeah.
like, are you traveling?
But then I
somewhere?
want to go to Tromsø to
Yeah.
visit Natalia for.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go in November probably.
Okay, cool.
One weekend, and then I have a friend that is in Copenhagen for like a semester. So I
Uh-huh.
would love to go to Copenhagen to visit her. And then Atle wants me to go to Iceland for New Year's Eve.
Oh
So-
yeah, over New Year's. That's cool.
Yeah, but I'll see. You know, I can't plan everything yet.
No, but it's
So-
cool. Then you have some.
Yeah, I kind of have too
Plans.
much, and I'm kind of I want to do everything, and I'm starting to panic. Like, oh, I don't have money, I don't have time.
Oh, you can welcome to my world. I'm always panicking about where to
Yeah.
travel. I have so much stuff,
Mm.
but it's hard. I don't know what I'm gonna do either.
Yeah.
I have, like I said, I have two vacation weeks left of this year, 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully I will go to Nepal to visit Arild
Oh,
from
wow.
episode number 2 of the Couchsurfing Podcast.
Uh-huh.
Arild.
Is he there already?
No, he's in Sweden now. He's
Okay.
gonna take his driver's license, and then
Yeah.
hopefully he'll go in November. I think early November is his plan.
Yeah.
And then I'll go visit him in December. But then I have 1 week left, and I don't know if, because initially I wanted to go to Tel Aviv, to Israel, so bad
Yeah.
with a friend of mine, but then she didn't have any money, so we had to postpone it. Hopefully I can do it, you know, within a year or so, because it sounds like such an amazing city.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit like Dubai. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but that's the feeling I got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but so I mean, 1 week in December, and then I have another week left.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I might just go to Poland, like I mentioned to you, and you know, write on my second book, and then hang out with Natalia or something. Just relax,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just, you know, lock myself in the hotel room and just write, and then, you know, like for a week, and then the second week and plan it so Natalia would come, or
Yeah.
you know, show me her hometown, her city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've been, right?
Yes.
You've been there?
Yeah.
So how was it?
It was great.
How do you pronounce it in English? Wroclaw.
Wrocław. I mean, I think that's kind of Polish.
Yeah, it's a Wrocław. Or, yeah.
Wrocław. Yeah, that's the best.
But in English?
it's my best Polish pronunciation.
Wrocław. I'm pretty good. You know. I'm pretty fluent when it comes to...
The other day I met some people from where I'm from Ticino, that had been there, and they
Yeah.
told me the Italian name of that town, and it's so weird. I can't.
Really?
Oh my god! I can't even say. I don't know it anymore. But it just sounds so different.
Yeah.
And Breslau, because I think in German it's Breslau. Or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's spelled Wroclaw, so I think
Yeah.
Wroclaw, it's how you would say it in English, but I'm not sure.
Wrocław.
Wroclaw. Yeah, you know, you ever been to Wroclaw? Baby,
I love that town.
Oh, such good music, good musicians. But no, was it a cool town? I've been to
Yeah.
Krakow. That's like 2 hours apart, and
Okay.
the both cities seems to be pretty the same size,
Mhm. Okay.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was a cute little town. Yeah. I
cute
liked
little
it.
town. Was there
Uh-huh.
much to do, or was it like one?
Yeah, I mean
2
there
days?
is. I don't think there's like crazy much stuff to do, but there were a lot of restaurants, bars.
Yeah,
Uh,
the normal stuff.
I think it's good for like
A weekend.
to visit in 2-3 days. I think you get to see quite a lot. Yeah.
So that's why I think it would
Mhm.
be maybe very suitable if I'm gonna
Yeah.
attempt to continue writing. You know, a book. You know, you just lock yourself in the hotel room, and there's not much distractions.
Mm-hmm.
You just, you know, go on train or eat, and then just write. Just find a nice, comfortable chair or a nice
Yeah.
room, and then just be there. Because, you know, like I told you, if you're just home, your home environment, there's so many distractions with like friends and, like you say, concerts and venues and stuff happening. And if you're just home for a week and don't talk to anyone, you will, you know, feel
bad,
weird and a
yeah.
bit, you know, like you're missing out on stuff. But if you're somewhere else, like, not much you can do. You can just focus on that. So yeah.
And if you plan like to have maybe the last weekend of just like chilling out, meeting Natalia, then it's kind of a good
ending
excuse. You try to be good and do everything before that, and you're looking forward to that. So
it will be a nice way to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Like, So you end
it's kind of a reward for the hard work.
Exactly, because if you do the opposite, you have a fun weekend and then you just stay and it
then
just
you're
gets
depressed.
worse. Exactly. It's not good. Yeah, so I might do that then. That's the plan for this year.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then we'll see. Hopefully I can. I mean, I'm going to Brazil in February anyway, but Natalia might join me. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that as well. Yeah. And I promised in the last episode that we would continue with this zebra music video.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask you.
Sorry?
Are we gonna drag this until the next episode, or are we gonna talk
Actually,
about it?
yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I forgot about it. This podcast was so spontaneous.
We're not even doing this cliffhanger on purpose.
No, because the thing is, I didn't think we were going to do it today, and you suggested it, and I was like, I'm not saying no to doing a podcast, because it's so fun, especially with this live intro thing. That was awesome. I love it. It was so cool. It was like a dream. Like, what if I could do that live?
I'm pretty honored to be the one playing that.
Yeah, and I'm honored to have you.
Thing with you.
No, so actually, we have to. The cliffhanger has to stay until the next one.
So exciting!
But I'll promise, the next podcast we do, it will start with the video, us looking at the video, or something, so you can actually see that music video that we did, because I have it somewhere.
Yeah.
With the guys, and you know.
Okay, so the problem now is that you're actually not prepared. I'm
not prepared, and I don't know where to find it, or how to present it. But maybe we can watch it either live, or we can watch it and then do the podcast straight after, so we can comment on it and what happened, what did we do, and hopefully we can put it out on YouTube. If we don't, it might be banned because there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Yeah. But it was a really funny video. It might be
the end of my career as well.
Mine too.
If I ever have one.
Yeah, we'll probably get arrested or something.
Yeah.
I mean, the cliffhanger just grew into something else. We're so talented at this. Like, cliffhanger is just amazing.
I'm starting to feel sorry for the people that are listening.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, not this time too. Oh, we were waiting all summer. We were supposed to get the cliffhanger. I'm sorry about that, but this was so spontaneous. But I promise, next time we have to do it. There's no way around it.
Oh no.
There's no way around it. Okay, so thanks a lot, Zebra, for joining me in yet another podcast.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, as always.
It's amazing having you. And we'll have to do this soon. When do you think we can do it? Like in a month or two?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You know, we're neighbors now, so I can just walk over and record some stuff.
Pretty close, yeah. Maybe it will just be jam sessions. We would just sit here and play music, and people be like, what the fuck happened? Why did they do that? It's so annoying. It's just, the same stuff. Harmonica, just listening to someone practice is like one of the most boring thing you can do. All right. Anyway, thanks a lot, Siba.
Thank you, Tim.
See you soon, guys.
Yeah,
we'll be back. All right. Love you. Bye.